Hey everyone, welcome to Breathe to Healing. I am your host, Tammy Trayer, and this is Season 1, Episode 1. I am not new to podcasting, which I will share with you in a bit, but today's episode, I would just like to introduce myself to you, share a little bit about myself, what you can expect to experience on the Breathe to Healing podcast, and how it's going to benefit you. So again, my name is Tammy Trayer. Welcome to my beautiful North Idaho wilderness playground. It is hot as ever, and I am hiding in the shade of a pine tree right now, so I can share this with you today because I didn't want to wait any longer for that perfect moment and that opportunity to get out and share with you. My family and I embarked on our off-grid journey to North Idaho in 2010. We traveled 2,500 miles with all of our belongings to an overgrown wilderness parcel here in North Idaho that we purchased sight unseen. We set up a canvas wall tent that we called home for 8.5 months. For some of you, that may sound extremely crazy. Let me share with you, that was the absolute best months of my life. That was just such an amazing, adventurous, rewarding, hardworking time in my life, and it was just so awesome. It was myself, my son Austin, who we refer to as the mountain boy, and my husband Glenn, who we refer to as the mountain man. And we embarked on that journey. I am a web designer and programmer by trade. I set up a small website and we started a YouTube channel to keep our family in check so that they knew we were still alive. My mother was scared to death that we would be eaten by lions, tigers, and bears. And people started to find us. So I've been podcasting for 10 years as and on Mountain Woman Radio. It is my extreme passion to encourage and inspire others to embrace their dreams and to live life to the fullest. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here at Breathe the Healing, but even more. So on this journey that we were on, we started educating on our off-grid and our homestead and very traditional lifestyle. And it has been so extremely rewarding. And in 2011, I started having some issues with my health, and they were mild. They were, not really explained. They were odd, and that just continued to intensify over the years. I was introduced to natural health when I was 14, and I have been on an amazing journey of just being a sponge, seeking knowledge, learning what I can, and just utilizing so much more of the natural health options in our family than utilizing modern medicine. I do believe that there is a place for modern medicine, but I also believe that our system is broken. And I had so many symptoms upon oddities that I knew that if I was to go to the medical system and to try to get answers, we would just end up in such extreme debt trying to find out what was going on. And in 2015, I ended up with neuropathy in my hands and my feet. And I've been self-medicating for a bunch of years. I'll go into more detail on all of this in a separate podcast. But long story short, God diagnosed me, and God led me to a doctor where I had life-saving surgery for breast implant illness. The story is quite amazing, but it's lengthy, so I'll save it for another time. And I've been on a healing journey for the last 6 years, going on 7. I've overcome so much. I was flat on my back for a year. I couldn't hold a conversation to save my life. Somebody asked me a question and I went to respond. The time it took me to open my mouth to answer, I couldn't even remember what we were talking about. It was a very scary, very debilitating time, but my relationship with Jesus grew so intense and so amazing, and he used me out of that place. And he has been walking me through such amazing things, leading me in my healing, guiding me to the next thing, which is how breathetohealing.com and Breathe to Healing podcast and YouTube channel all came to fruition. I was gifted a breathwork session with an amazing breathwork coach. Kimberly, I love you. And it was so divine. I was so busy during that season, and I couldn't imagine taking on anything else. And I don't know about you guys, but I bookmark and I add to playlists and watch later, and I subscribe to different courses and things, and look at it like, well, I'll watch the replay. I'm not going to go to the live event, and never watch the replay either. This was different. I knew I had to be at this. I don't know why. I do now, but at the time I didn't know why. But I set so many alarms and had it written down on little notes and in my calendar and everywhere that I needed to be at this event. And I went to this breathwork session, not knowing even what it was. And guys, it was the most amazing experience I've ever had. I knew God was leading me to one of the missing links in my healing. And let me just share this. For the last 6 years, I have not been able, and actually in all reality, 10, 15 years, I have not been able to keep my lymphatic open. My lymphatic system would just continuously clog. And I was doing very deep muscle therapy with my dear friend Helen. God bless you, Helen. I don't know where I'd be today without you. And that was what was keeping my lymphatic system open. And then I met Kimberly and found that through breathwork, we are able to detox our system 70% more than any other way. I have not had problems with my lymphatic system since I started doing breathwork. And long story short, I didn't only partake in a breathwork session. I stalked Kimberly and I was reading up on everything and was just so fascinated. And she said to me, well, have you considered being a breathworker? And this light bulb went on. So I trained with her, and I am now a certified breathworker. And I have the amazing privilege and honor and blessing to be a vessel for God and teach people how to use their God-given gift of breath. Because the first thing I hear from people when I tell them that I'm a breath worker and then I do group and private breathwork sessions, they're like, what are you talking about? I breathe every second of the day. Of course you do, but you don't do it right. The majority of people hold their breath 80% of the time, robbing our bodies of such amazing abundance and healing and nurturing. I could go on. Renewing. It's just amazing. It really is amazing. But one of the greatest gifts I have is not only teaching people how to use their God-given breath, but I get to see God's hand at work in every session I do. I get off of my sessions, and I finish my sessions, and I am just so blown away with such deep, gratifying emotion at what God is doing in these people's lives and how he is using me to help them. I just feel so blessed to be a vessel. I give him all the glory. It's just so amazing. And as you will learn, I wear my faith on my sleeves. God has saved my life. God has given me a second chance. And prior to that, I was always afraid of offending somebody by mentioning God and my faith. And you know what? I refuse to do that anymore. God deserves all the credit, and he is a part of everything I do. So if that isn't for you, I hope you'll still stay and not be offended at just that I am just so elated at his presence in my life. and it just flows through. So I hope you'll stick around because there's a lot to gain. I have a lot to offer, and I would love to get to know all of you. So just a little bit more of a story here. My son is high-functioning autistic, and when we embarked on our off-grid journey and our journey to Idaho, he was 13. Through our lifestyle, which is very clean, both eating and living, it has changed his life. He has overcome 90% of his autism tendencies. He is an amazing 25-year-old man, and I am so proud of him. He has a great job. He has great ambitions in life. He was going to school to be first a pilot and a mechanic, and then he was going to Moody Aviation, and he changed his calling to automotive, to be an automotive tech, and also dig into diesel mechanics as well. But when COVID hit, he had to step out of the city, head back to the homestead. So he's waiting for his opportunity to return to get back to schooling. But in the meantime, he has a great job. He is a licensed driver. He knows how to ride a motorcycle. He's doing amazing things. And it's all because my focus was to step him out of his comfort zone. I knew that the best things in life are on the other side of fear and our comfort zone. And I made it a point in raising him to continue to do that to him, regardless how uncomfortable it was for him. So to give you an example, my husband is a mastermind and the epitome of a MacGyver. He's just so amazing. He is a master of many trades, and I'm so proud of him. And he built us a sawmill in 2013, and one of the first things we built with that to work the bugs out of it was a stilted tree house that was for our son, and the only way to get in it was a ladder. He was scared to death of heights. That may sound really awful to some of you, but it was a catalyst that led him to many great things. He ended up working on roofs with my husband, who does construction. It's been amazing. And, you know, one of the reasons I mention this today is because there's not just children that are hiding behind their fear and afraid of stepping over their comfort zone. There's many adults. And my goal on Breathe to Healing is to share my passion and love for encouraging, inspiring, but also to share with you more of my story, my healing knowledge, and obviously breathwork. So I love my lifestyle, I love my family, and I love being able to do what I do. And God is always first in all of those equations, because when we put God first in our lives, everything else flows behind it. It's not selfish to do what I'm going to say next. I put God first, and then I put me. That's because I want to take great care of myself so I can be the best me I can possibly be for my family, my friends, my community, our tribe, whatever that looks like. And the more we take care of ourselves, the better we can be for everyone else. So it's not a selfish act, it's a selfless act. I want to be the best I can be, and I want God for sure leading the way in everything I do. I don't embark on any journey in my life without consulting Him first. And He always proves to be the best tester of my desires, because when I ask Him if it's for me and if it's not for me to make it crumble, He makes things very clear. Breathwork was one of those things that did not crumble. The doors swung wide open, and I just thank you for joining me here today. And I hope that you will continue to join me, because I have so much to offer you and so much to share, and I am very excited about it. So this just gives you an idea of what I'm about. I love life. I love the outdoors. I need an IV to the outdoors. I am a Harley girl. I love the opportunity to get out on our Harley and just take in God's presence. I think it's just such an amazing opportunity to just take in everything that God has created in such an intimate way. And that's how I feel about the outdoors as well. And I just feel that there is so much good in this world and in life, despite how upside down our world is. And I hope that you will join me so that I can help you if you are dealing with anxiety and depression and overwhelm and fear right now because of our world's current circumstances. I promise you there is joy and happiness out there, and I will help you to find it. One of the greatest things with breath work is that it helps you to do so many things. It gives you creativity. It gives you more energy. It enables you to just feel renewed. It also helps you to manage things like PTSD, chronic illness, chronic pain. It is just so amazing for any illness out there to help you because it promotes so much healing in the body and renewal, and it also helps us to overcome past trauma and just stuckness of life. And it's such a gentle process, and I look forward to really sharing that with you. If you are new to breathwork, I offer group sessions every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you can go to breathetohealing.com/group session and sign up and join me. It's $20. I keep things very inexpensive because people, every man, woman, and child needs to know about breathwork because it is a tool, it is a life tool, it is a life skill to help you overcome anxiety and fear in scary situations. In doing so, it'll help keep you out of a fight and flight situation. It'll help you to think clear. It'll help you to make better decisions. So it is something that everybody should have in their tool belt to understand and know how to help themselves in any kind of a situation. And it is just so vital for our bodies right now. Our world is at such a fast pace always. I invite you to slow down. I invite you to slow down. There's no need to be moving at that fast clip. Our world is upside down and sideways. There's stress, anxiety, oddities in every angle, but you don't have to live life with that as your main focus. And you don't have to live life in that space. There is joy, happiness, and so much more positivity in our world than we realize, and we can bring that into our space. And that's what I'm here to teach you. And I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. And I hope that shines through. So that's a little bit about me. So feel free to reach out to me at any time at podcast@breathetohealing.com with your questions. Share your story. I love hearing from my audience and getting to know my audience because it is such an amazing opportunity, and I have so many friends that I have added to my life as a result of them sharing their stories and reaching out to me. So this is one-sided for me, but when you email me, it makes it two-sided. So email me anytime at podcast@breathetohealing.com and surely ask your questions. Let me know how I can help you, and let me know the things that you're curious about, because I want this platform and this podcast to be something that inspires and encourages you, but also educates you. So I look forward to sharing so much more with you as we progress throughout season 1. And I hope to be able to take Breathe the Healing podcast to 10 seasons and beyond, just like I have with the Mountain Woman Radio. So thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I truly do love you. You are enough, just as you are. So many people struggle with that, and I felt the need to share that with you today. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. Take care, and God bless.